Hey YouTube, it's Eric. I'm gonna try to keep this video pretty short, but this is I'm making this video to counteract a lot of the disinformation out there that the Jews control the U.S. Supreme Court. And it's once you really look into it, the Jesuits and the Catholic Church actually have direct ties to every single justice on the Supreme Court. That being all 9 are directly connected to the Jesuits. And now with Amy Coney Barrett of Catholic Notre Dame University, she's about to be sworn in as the 6th openly Catholic Supreme Court justice, and Neil Gorsuch, they say he's a Protestant on the court, and he grew up Catholic. Gorsuch was a member of the Federalist Society, which is completely controlled by the Jesuits. And Gorsuch, the Protestant Supreme Court justice, attended Jesuit Georgetown Preparatory School alongside Brett Kavanaugh, one of the 7 Roman Catholic justices. So now really there's 7 Catholic justices because Neil Gorsuch is a Catholic. So there's really 7. But according to the Jesuit-controlled Associated Press, there are 6 open Roman Catholics on the court now. And if you actually look at a calculator, if you were so I looked at the population of the United States currently is 331 million people. So if there with 7 Catholic justices, 7 divided by 9, you get 0.777778. So to be proportional, because you're see right now there's only supposedly 60 million Catholics in the U.S., but for there to be a proportional representation of the amount of Catholic population translated to an equal Catholic representation on the Supreme Court, there would need to be over 257 million Catholics in the United States for it to be an equal representation. Just going to let you ponder that for a second. 257 million for it to be an equal, fair representation. The control is so open now. And I should remind you, there are 2 Roman centurions on the west entrance of the front entrance of the U.S. Supreme Court building. See here the 2 Roman centurions holding the Roman fasces right here. The logo for the United States Tax Court is a Roman fasces. Chief Justice of the U.S. Tax Court, Jesuit trained at Georgetown, Maurice Foley. The emblem for the United States Administrative Courts is also a Roman fasces. So when you look into the symbols, it becomes pretty clear that the Jews do not control the justice system in America. It's Rome. It's pretty clear once you start looking into it. Here's a CNN article even bringing it up in 2018 how the Catholics have a majority on the Supreme Court. And according to the government architect of the Capitol website on the Supreme Court building, which was the current building got its design at the height of fascism in the 1930s with Hitler, Mussolini, and Franco, all lay Jesuit, devout Catholic dictators. Antonio Salazar in Portugal, De Oliveira in Ireland, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The Supreme Court, you see, this is quoting from this article. There's the U.S. Supreme Court building. See here, the architect of the Supreme Court, Cass Gilbert of New York City, drew upon the classical Roman temple form as the basis of the court's new building. Really, so if the Jews controlled the court, why don't they model it off of a Jewish temple? Or if the Muslims controlled the Supreme Court, why don't they use a mosque as the temple? Why wouldn't they use a mosque as the U.S. Supreme Court? Why are they using a Roman temple as the Supreme Court building? Well, it's because the Roman Catholic Church controls the U.S. Supreme Court, and it's pretty clear. The Jesuits have direct connections to every single justice, all 9. So I'm going to show you the 2 supposed Jewish justices now have both received the Stein Prize from Jesuit Fordham University Law School. Here's an article from February 5th, 2019. Here's the Jewish Supreme Court Justice Elena Kagan. Supreme Court Justice Elena Kagan receives Jesuit Fordham Stein Prize. Would you look at that? This was 10 days after the government shutdown in 2019. Supreme Court Justice Elena Kagan urged attendees at the Fordham Stein Prize dinner last night to break the cycle of division and reach across the ideological aisle to learn from individuals who may not share their opinions. Wasn't that the most like cute Jesuit double speak you've ever heard? Look at that. Openly, they controlled it. And these are the two. I'm going to show you both of the openly Jewish justices on the court now have both received this prize from the Jesuits at Jesuit Fordham University. The same Fordham University that G. Gordon Liddy said the Jesuits at Fordham rule the world and that they enjoy it. You can find that quote on my website. And almost pretty much every single, and there's the Jesuit Joseph McShane, same Jesuit that said that Fordham University and IBM have a very close, intricate, long-standing relationship. That's also on my website. That being the IBM computer company. But almost every prominent judge in America that's not openly Catholic has received this award. Oh, earlier in the day, Justice Kagan spoke with Jesuit Fordham Law faculty at lunch, visited Jesuit Fordham professor James Brudney's legislation and regulation class, and participated in a Q&A with Jesuit Fordham law students, moderated by Professor Abner Green. Oh, isn't that nice? So this is the supposed Supreme Court. Hey, how's it going? Oh, Elena Kagan equals 35 and 71 in gematria. Very interesting. I might have to grab my charger from my phone here in a second. Yep, I'm going to link these articles. We see Elena Kagan receives the Stein Prize from Jesuit Fordham University. I'm just going to show you the openly Jewish justices because Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who just passed away, who was the third Jewish justice on the Supreme Court, Ruth Bader Ginsburg also received the Jesuit Fordham Stein Prize. And Ruth Bader Ginsburg's husband was a professor at Jesuit Georgetown University, Martin Ginsburg. So here's the other openly Jewish justice on the court now. Also directly connected to the Jesuits, Stephen Breyer. Here's from Fordham News back in August 21st, 2008. So Justice Stephen Breyer has been selected to receive the 2008 Jesuit Fordham Stein Ethics Prize. This national honor bestowed by Jesuit Fordham's Law's Stein Center for Law and Ethics recognizes one individual each year whose work, according to the prize charter, quote, exemplifies outstanding standards of professional conduct and promotes the advancement of justice and brings credit to the profession by emphasizing in the public mind the contributions of lawyers to our society and our democratic system of government. Wow. So this is what the dean of Jesuit Fordham Law School said, Michael Treanor, back in 2008, quote, Justice Breyer has devoted his life to the public good, said William Michael Treanor, dean of Fordham Law School. He was a brilliant, influential, and path-breaking scholar. His government service before taking the bench was of the highest quality. As a jurist, his opinions have been marked by thoughtfulness, balance, rigor, and a commitment to justice and liberty. He has been an eloquent and forceful champion of judicial integrity, as we saw this spring when he participated in a forum on judicial independence at Jesuit Fordham Law together with Sandra Day O'Connor. In every facet of his extraordinary career, he has embodied the great ideals of the Fordham Stein Prize, and he is a superb honoree. And Stephen Breyer was appointed to the Supreme Court by a Jesuit trained at Georgetown, U.S. President Bill Clinton in 2009, or in 1994, sorry. This prize is named after Jesuit Fordham Law alumnus from 1926, Louis Stein. I'll just show you this guy here. So look at that, both openly now Jewish justices on the Supreme Court, openly connected to the Jesuits. Here's the Stein Center for Law and Ethics. So there you go, the two Jewish justices. So let's go into now like the 7 open Roman Catholic justices. Actually, I'm just gonna grab my phone charger. Give me 1 second. Yeah, so I'm just going to go through this article a bit. And the interesting is Knight of Malta Leonard Leo, the vice president of the Federalist Society, which was the main driving force behind putting Amy Coney Barrett as the seventh Roman Catholic on the Supreme Court. You see, Roman Catholics account for a bit more than 20% of the U.S. population, yet they are on track to hold 6 or 7 of the Supreme Court's 9 seats, now that President Donald Trump has nominated Amy Coney Barrett to fill its vacancy. And I wonder why. Well, I guess it makes sense now. Donald Trump said he's the best president in the history of the Catholic Church on April 26, 2020. Donald Jesuit Trump, who went to Jesuit Fordham University. You should check out these articles I got on the screen here. You know, Trump said he's the best president in the history of the church. Protestant Donald Trump. The joke. Okay, we see here, it's a striking development given that the High Court for most of its history, and Donald Trump has his Catholic wife, I should mention Melania. It's a striking development given that the High Court for most of its history was almost entirely populated by white male Protestants. Catholic academics, political analysts offer several explanations for the turnaround related to Catholic educational traditions, their interest in the law in the case of Catholic conservatives, an outlook that has appealed to recent Republican presidents filling judicial vacancies. But what it really is that they now are coming fully into the open that they totally control every facet of the United States government, and the Supreme Court is like a choke point of control. So that's why you see so many Catholics on the Supreme Court. The same reason that the Roman Catholics monopolize the United States Attorney General position. They literally have a monopoly on the U.S. Attorney Generals. The current Roman Catholic, William Barr. The Jesuits created the United States of America. It's their country. That's why they call their magazine America Magazine. But George Washington copied his rules of civility and decent behavior from French Jesuits. He plagiarized them when he was 16 years old. He wasn't some literary phenom. He was a Jesuit fraud. You see here, Amy Coney Barrett of Catholic Notre Dame, a favorite of conservative activists for her views on abortion, will likely be an ideological opposite of liberal icon Ruth Bader Ginsburg, the Jewish justice whose recent death created the vacancy. And I brought up how Ruth Bader Ginsburg also received the Jesuit Fordham Stein Prize. And Ruth Bader Ginsburg's husband was a professor at Jesuit Georgetown University. But other Catholics on the Supreme Court include Sonia Sotomayor, Chief Justice John Roberts. And Chief Justice John Roberts, his wife, is a parliamentarian for the Jesuit John Carroll Society. Are you kidding me? Like, how Jesuit controlled is the Supreme Court? Like, what a joke. What a joke. There's the statue of Jesuit John Carroll, founder of Georgetown. Well, let's look who's on the John Carroll Society. Let's look at here. On officers. Oh, Jane Sullivan Roberts, parliamentarian. That's the wife of the current Chief Justice. See here, Jane Sullivan Roberts, wife of Chief Justice, opens D.C. outpost. Would you look at that? John Roberts, also affiliated with Opus Dei, is reportedly a Knight of Malta. Could very well be the first American pope. That's how Catholic John Roberts is. That was actually the basis for a Jesuit book written in the 1970s called The Vicars of Christ. It was about how the Chief Justice of the United States becomes the Pope. Actually, Samuel Alito, this article shows up. Samuel Alito is a Roman Catholic. Oh, and the Chief Justice, John Roberts, he taught at Jesuit Georgetown University, faculty member. And Samuel Alito is a Roman Catholic, Knight of Columbus. Neil Gorsuch and Brett Kavanaugh both attended Jesuit Georgetown Preparatory School. Neil Gorsuch is not a Protestant. He's a Roman Catholic. He's the 7th Roman Catholic Supreme Court Justice. And this was the guy who runs the website Farnesius WordPress who put this together. Amy Coney Barrett gets appointed to the Supreme Court. It will have, again, this is open Catholic. Gorsuch is the 7th Catholic. It will have 6 Catholic justices. Chief Justice John Roberts, a Jesuit Georgetown University faculty member. Clarence Thomas, he's the black judge. Clarence Thomas, a faculty member of Jesuit College of the Holy Cross, or a Jesuit of the Holy College, Jesuit College of the Holy Cross graduate. Thomas was trained at Holy Cross. I know Clarence Thomas's wife is also a lawyer and educated by Jesuits. That's on his Wikipedia page. Just give me a second here. Clarence Thomas, also famously a Monsanto lawyer that judged the Supreme Court case that went against the Monsanto antitrust case. How do you think that went? So here, Clarence Thomas, appointed by Skull and Bonesman President George H.W. Bush. Education, raised Catholic, attended the black St. Pius X High School for 2 years before transferring to Catholic St. John Vianney's Minor Seminary. Wow, so Clarence Thomas, on the Supreme Court Justice, attended Catholic seminary, where he was an honor student among few black students. He also briefly attended Conception Seminary College, a Roman Catholic seminary in Missouri. Would you look at that? So this guy was going to become a Roman Catholic priest, Clarence Thomas. Yeah, and the Jews control the court, right? So at a nun's suggestion, Thomas enrolled as a sophomore at the Jesuit College of the Holy Cross in Worcester, Massachusetts. At the Jesuit College of the Holy Cross, Thomas helped fund the Black Student Union. Look at that. Then he went on to Yale Law School. And this guy was indoctrinated in the whole Ayn Rand cult. Would you look at that? You know, I want to show you his wife. Pardon me. His wife is listed on his Wikipedia page. Spouse is Virginia Lamp. Yeah, she founded the conservative advocacy group Liberty Central. And you can see the wives of these Supreme Court justices are prominent figures. Like I showed you, Jane Sullivan Roberts, the wife of the Chief Justice, is the parliamentarian for the Jesuit John Carroll Society. Jeannie Thomas, wife of Clarence Thomas, worked at the Heritage Foundation. She writes propaganda columns for the Daily Caller. And she founded the, quote, conservatard advocacy group called Liberty Central. I believe, she transferred to Jesuit Creighton University to be closer to her boyfriend at the time. I don't know if that was Clarence Thomas. Did Clarence Thomas go to Creighton University? She received a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science and Business Communication from Jesuit Creighton University and got her doctorate from Jesuit Creighton University Law School. After a hiatus working as a legislative aide for Congressman Hal Dobb. Would you look at that? Another Jesuit connection to Omaha, Nebraska. That being the site of the Franklin cover-up scandal. But this is the wife of the Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, Virginia Thomas. You see she's connected to the Jesuits. Literally every single judge on the Supreme Court is connected to the Jesuits. All 9. Literally all 9. And no one's talking about Jesuit power. Actually, if anything, they're talking about how there's an anti-Catholic bias in America. Imagine that. Actually, the Roman Catholic Attorney General William Barr said he's going to start investigating anti-Catholic bias in the U.S. And you had the Jesuit-trained puppet congressman or senator Josh Hawley, who's going on Fox News saying how, since there's 65 million Catholics in the U.S., it's ridiculous that people are criticizing Amy Coney Barrett for being a Catholic. When I showed you, though, that proportionally there would need to be 277 million Catholics in the United States for it to be equal representation for there being 7 Catholic Supreme Court justices. So you can do the math, but if the Catholics are like over 500% overrepresented, like 300 to 500% overrepresented on the Supreme Court compared to their population. So the gaslighting is just crazy. They're going after Dianne Feinstein again for being an anti-Catholic bigot. It's amazing that how much power Rome has. You see here Sonia Sotomayor, a former associate of Jesuit priest Joseph O'Hare, and this is the Jesuit at Fordham University, which I mentioned. This guy's very prominent. You saw photos of Joseph O'Hare with Supreme Court Justice Elena Kagan when she received the Stein Prize. Where was that? Here. Okay, so Sonia Sotomayor, she is there. She's yet another Roman Catholic on the Supreme Court, Yale Law School, appointed by Jesuit puppet Barack Obama. You don't think Barack Obama is a Jesuit puppet? Just go watch the video I have on my YouTube channel of him giving Jesuit Georgetown University a shout out for their 200th anniversary of their federal charter. This guy's completely soulless. I'll just say that. We see here Sonia Sotomayor, raised Catholic, grew up in Puerto Rican communities in the South Bronx and East Bronx. Then attended Princeton University. Again, she's probably hanging out at the Newman Center. Every single big quote, secular university in America has a Newman Center, which are acting as fifth columns, changing the curriculum at the secular schools, making sure Rome is never criticized whatsoever. And they do many other things. She looks like she married her husband at a Catholic cathedral in New York. Because it's a Roman Catholic court, strictly. There was just a case recently up to the Supreme Court that allowed more federal taxpayer dollars to go to the Catholic schools, even more money. Catholic Relief Services in the U.S. gets about $800 million a year. Catholic hospitals bill the U.S. government about $150 billion every single year. Those numbers are just going to go up. I bet Catholic Relief Services will hit the $1 billion mark in taxpayer handouts now that the court is completely overtly Roman Catholic, literally. So Sonia Sotomayor is the only current Catholic Chief Justice appointed by a Democrat. The other Chief Justice, John Roberts, Samuel Alito, Clarence Thomas, and Brett Kavanaugh, and likely Barrett were appointed by Republicans. Actually, no, you can see a photo of Brett Kavanaugh, Pope. Oh yeah, there was that Wikimedia comments. Sorry, for some reason my computer thinks it's set Bing to my automatic search engine. It's such a big. Google is a better search engine than Bing, which is pathetic. There's Brett Kavanaugh meeting Pope John Paul II. Oh, would you look at that? Hey, how's it going, guys? Oh, Clarence Thomas. I was looking at the comments, looking at some gematria. Clarence Thomas equals 56 and 79, like the Society of Jesus. Oh, great find. Fordham, Georgetown, Creighton, Gonzaga, Duke. Absolutely, all 28 Jesuit schools. They're all of them are very important and prominent. Like even one of the smaller Jesuit schools in Kansas City, Rockhurst, I found in declassified CIA files that the Jesuit Rockhurst University gave an honorary degree to the director of the CIA, William Webster, on May 15th, 1988. You can see this in the declassified files. Every single Jesuit university, like they're Jesuit universities, are military fortresses. The Jesuits are a military order. That's how they've conquered every single country they've infiltrated into, is through their schools. They educate the political class. They educate the financial aristocratic class. You should watch the video I did. I covered just Jesuit donations. Jesuit universities have gotten over $1 billion given to them just in philanthropic donations since 2010. If you look at 2010 to 2019. But yeah, I'm going to keep going here. Let me see. Actually, there's a video I want to pull up. I got a C-SPAN video up here of the Red Mass from 2019. This will just kind of highlight the theme of this video a bit more. Yeah, it looks like those attended. Attorney General William Barr is here. and then the Supreme Court. We'll just play this here.
This is Webflow. Meet the design tool from the future. The most powerful visual coding tool, coupled with the most intuitive visual C.
On C-SPAN's Q&A. The annual Red Mass, marking the start of
I'll go back to the beginning here.
The annual Red Mass, marking the start of the new term for the U.S. Supreme Court, was held today at the Cathedral of St. Matthew the Apostle in Washington, D.C. The Mass is celebrated for members of the legal profession. Among those who attended was Attorney General William Barr. Here's a look.
You can see that at this Red Mass here, this is the Attorney General and the Supreme Court attending. They have these every single year. I'll show you another one.
The Supreme Court's new term begins tomorrow, with the court hearing cases on employment discrimination based on sexual orientation, the Trump administration's winding down of DACA, and state funding for religious education. Listen to significant Supreme Court arguments from the site and watch on C-SPAN.
So here's the 2018 Red Mass. And here's the Supreme Court justices leaving. You see, so every year this is an event is attended by the highest members of the quote, legal profession. You can see in that last video, Attorney General William Barr is bowing down to all the Catholic clerics at the Archbishop of Washington's posse.
And Justices Clarence Thomas and Stephen Breyer, as well as retired Justice Anthony Kennedy. Unlike years past, the justices entered and exited the church through a side entrance away from cameras and protesters. Attendees also included Attorney General Jeff Sessions.
Oh, Attorney General Jeff Sessions.
And Solicitor
Alexander Acosta, the guy who gave Jeffrey Epstein his sweetheart deal. Alexander Acosta also, I saw, spoke at the Catholic University of America. So the Secretary of Labor is here.
Noel Francisco. Alexander Acosta and Solicitor General Noel Francisco.
Solicitor General of the United States is there, Noel Francisco. So I'm going to show you. So when you look into all the names on the Supreme Court, just to highlight the theme of this video, every single name on the court is connected to the Catholic Church and the Jesuits. Even the two now Jewish justices, Elena Kagan and Stephen Breyer, both of whom received the Jesuit Fordham Stein Prize. So in reality, you have 9 Roman Catholics on the Supreme Court, but now you got 7 open Roman Catholics. This guy, Neil Gorsuch, was raised Catholic and attended Jesuit Georgetown Preparatory School. So these are I mean, people are protesting because of the Kavanaugh sexual abuse allegations. You see, there it is. There's all the Supreme Court justices. See if I can get some photos here. I'm probably gonna wrap up the video soon. There's the Chief Justice there. Catholic justices begin new SCOTUS term with red mass. From Jesuit America magazine, written by Matt Malone, S.J. You guys, I'm just telling you, they got a complete monopoly on the Supreme Court. Just think of the power of that. The Supreme Court is the highest judicial body in the land, and pretty self-evident why it's important to have a monopoly on that court. This has been going on for 63 years as of 2015. So this has been going on for almost 70 years. 68 years of Catholic red masses. This is the 63rd consecutive year of the nation's political nobility, which is what this is. This is essentially a feudal system continued from the Dark Ages that the Roman Catholic Church was in complete control of from the 9th to the 14th centuries. The nation's political nobility assembled beneath the Romanesque dome of the Cathedral of St. Matthew the Apostle in Washington, D.C. for the liturgical, sorry, it's a tough word to pronounce, liturgical rite that makes the start of the new term for the U.S. Supreme Court, sponsored by the John Carroll Society. And this is where it ties in. The John Carroll Society runs these Supreme Court red masses. And I showed you that none other than the wife of the Chief Justice of the United States, Jane Sullivan Roberts, here's the wife of this guy, is the parliamentarian for the Jesuit John Carroll Society. And there's the former Archbishop of Washington, Cardinal Wuerl, who was found out to have been a pedophile. His name was brought up quite a bit in the Pennsylvania Attorney General's report on clerical sex abuse. They seem to be having a good time together, probably great friends. Cardinal Wuerl was also on the Presidential Commission of Scholars as a pedophile priest. So the Red Mass sponsored by the John Carroll Society is a rare moment when leaders of church and state gather as one to invoke the blessing of God on those responsible for the administration of justice. The first Red Mass was held in 1953. Would you look at that? So I'll link this article here. In the 2015 Red Mass, there's 5 Supreme Court justices there, including Justice Scalia, who is Roman Catholic, Thomas, who is Catholic, Breyer, who I showed you is Jewish, but given the Stein Prize award by the Jesuits, and Justice Kennedy, who is no longer on the court, who was a Catholic. The homily was given by Archbishop Wilton Gregory of Atlanta. This is the 2015 U.S. Red Mass. So I'm just bringing this up because when you look into the connections, they are all Roman Catholic. But I'll probably end the video there, guys. Peace and love, and Nam Nas.